What up, my beautiful peeps? It is your girl Joy Reezy Lice, and I'm coming back at y'all today. There is something that I definitely want to talk about today, and that is basically, let's see. Hold on, I actually want to share with you a neurological disorder that I have and that I will be speaking about in just a minute. So let me see if I could try to pull it up. Yep, here it is. So I have something called PDD, and it stands for Pervasive Developmental Disorder. And I don't like the word disorder because that is a label, and that is complete and utter crap, just to say. It's complete and utter crap. So, and I think Google for let me do a search on their website on my laptop. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Of course, Wikipedia has it as well. So I'm just waiting for it to load right now. By the way, what is your favorite chocolate? Austria. Yes, Austria. Austria, if you guys are watching this, I love you. I love Mozart. I love chocolate. You know, I just love it, love it, love it. Germany, if you're watching this, I love you. Love your chocolate. India, if you're watching this, I love your food. India, grew up meat eater, now transitioning into vegetarian. So, I've just been eating lean and working out, and I'm just like, wow. You could just tell, you guys can just tell the difference in my face, like I'm skinny. I'm skinny. Let me just say, I used to be a very, very chunky girl. A very, very chunky girl, so, okay, so, I got it already. So, pervasive developmental disorder. It says the diagnostic category pervasive developmental disorders, or PDD, as opposite to Pacific developmental disorders, SSD, refers to a group of 5 disorders characterized by delays in the development of multiple basic functions, including socialization and communication. The pervasive developmental disorders are all autism spectrum disorders and Rett syndrome. The first 4 of these disorders, commonly called the autism spectrum disorders, the last disorder is much rarer, and it's sometimes placed in the autism spectrum and sometimes it's not. And it goes on to say that the onset of pervasive developmental disorder occurs during infancy, but the condition is not usually identified until the child is around 3 years old. Parents may begin to question their health of the child, whether developmental milestones are not met, including age-appropriate motor movement and speech production. There is a division among doctors on using the term PDD. Many use the term PDD as a short way of saying PDD-NOS, or pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified. Others use the general Others use the general category autism. Both approaches contribute to confusion about the term, but the term PDD is actually referred to a category of disorders and it is not a diagnostic label. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so the signs and the symptoms. The symptoms of PDD may include behavioral and communication problems such as difficulty using and understanding language, difficulty relating to others, relating to people, objects, and events, like for example, lack of eye contact, pointing behavior, and lacking of facial responses, unusual play with toys or other objects, difficulty changing en route for familiar surroundings, repetitive, body movements and behaviors such as hand flapping, hair twirling, foot tapping, and more complex movements. And an inability to cuddle or to be comforted, difficulty regulating behaviors and emotions, which may result in temper tantrums, anxiety, and aggression, and aka emotional breakdowns. So, as a child, I had a very difficult time understanding the world around me. I I used to throw chairs, throw tables, throw all kinds of different objects at people because on the inside I was trying to express myself and I really couldn't express myself at all. Among other things, and it was very hard for me to socialize with people. Still to this day, I do not have temper tantrums anymore. Since I'm a grown adult, I am a grown woman. I know how to behave in public. So, like as a child, I was trying to get people to understand me, and they would give me weird looks here and again. What else? And I also have a auditory processing disorder. If you guys did not know, if you are a speech and language pathologist watching this, thank you, because growing up, I come from very humble beginnings, among other things, and I wanted to stay that way. So when I die and go to heaven, one thing I want to ask God is, if anybody asks, me, if you die, would you want to do the whole entire process again? And I would tell them, yes, I would, because it is a experience worth talking about, worth living. I am living my truth on a daily basis. I do not forget where I grew up. I don't forget where I grew up, what neighborhood I grew up in, I don't forget that. I hold on to that deeply. So, yeah, let me see if I could try to pull it up. Auditory processing disorder. It's another disorder that I have. And I'm not afraid to speak out on it. And it is very interesting. So in case if you are like me in this, if you are like me, and you basically, what I can say is that, if you have auditory processing disorder, I'm just going to basically rip off the word disorder. Rip, because that is a label. I would say auditory processing challenge, If you have an auditory processing challenge, it basically means that you hear clearly with one ear and out the other is just mumbo jumbo, That's how I basically learn things. I am unique in my own special way. I am special in my own special way, the way that God intended me to be. And I think and learn differently from other people, I think and I learn differently from other people. Some people might say, oh, she's slow, or oh, she's fast. No, I'm in between slow and fast. I'm basically right in the middle. I'm basically right in the middle. So I'm glad I spoke up about both of the challenges that I've had since I was born, and I'm blessed that I have a platform where I can talk about it openly, openly and without having a fear that people would judge me. I want to touch lives. I want to touch people's lives in ways that in ways that I have dreamed about touching their lives, inspiring people, lifting up people. And also today is International Day of the Women. Ladies, this is our day. This is our day to stand up and say, no más, no más, no más. And si se puede, we can do it. So basically, no más, no more. So, happy International Women's Day, ladies. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I know that I am having a wonderful day. I'm so blessed. Beyond blessed to be a woman, to fight for my rights. To basically say, you know what? Screw everything. I'm doing it my way, I have a right to say that. I have a right to, go out walking with friends, without hiding in fear that someone is going to come up behind me and steal, my purse or something. I have a right to be around friends. So, yes. So, again, happy International Day of the Woman, ladies. This is our day to celebrate. This is our day. So yes. And if you guys went and saw the new Black Panther movie, please don't tell me. I haven't seen it yet. I want to go see it. I know, I was literally itching to go see it. Literally when it first came in theaters. I'm just like, what? It's sold out. I'm just like, Valentine's Day, I went to the movies with my boyfriend. We had grabbed dinner and a movie and everything, and I'm just like, sweet, And then when we got to the ticket line, oh goodness, parents, take your kids out of the room. Take your kids out of the room right now. take them out of the room right now. So, so we were just so disappointed. We were so disappointed because we really both wanted to see the Black Panther movie. And they're like, oh, well, the movie is all sold out. And I'm like, what? How can it be all sold out? They're just like, oh, it's sold out. You know, I'm just like, you know, don't make me start no trouble. I don't want to start no trouble with nobody. So, yeah, you know, definitely. But yeah, it was a nice time. I had a good time. I had actually a very, very great time. We went and saw The Greatest Showman. I am not going to spoil it for anybody who is a huge fan of The Greatest Showman. If you are a huge fan of musicals like I am, yes, I am a music geek. I'm actually like literally a music geek for all genres of music. Classical, rock, alternative rock, you know, smooth jazz, smooth rock, you know, the new wave, like basically everything. I'm like literally a mix. I'm basically a very diverse person who loves every single type of music. Yes, even heavy metal, Metallica, you know, Metallica. So, and I know my voice just went a little bit deep there, like Metallica, you know. So, yes. But anyways, go give Justin Bieber and Kesha a happy birthday shout out. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Love y'all. Oh, before I go, what is your favorite gelato / ice cream flavor / sorbet flavor? Tell me in the comments below. Mine is, for gelato, it would have to be pistachio. And then for ice cream, vanilla bean. And then for sorbet or sorbetta in Italian, however you say it, Italy, sorbetto. It is actually pronounced sorbetto. So my favorite sorbetto, it is lemon. Because lemon is just classic. It has that classic flavor. It's like, wow. It literally works. Oh, by the way, guys, go get some Girl Scout cookies. Go support your local Girl Scout troops. Go support your local Girl Scout troops because they need help. They need our help, you know? Like they have been Girl Scouts has been around for a long time. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is, of course, you know, when finances are well again, I'm going to go ahead and buy me some Girl Scout cookies. Because I love Girl Scout cookies. You know, when I was younger, I actually thought about becoming a Girl Scout. So, but that didn't happen. So, yes. Yep. So, yeah, go support your local Girl Scout troops. Please. And go support Boy Scouts as well. So, all right, guys. Bye.